complete your video first and then submit your quiz. Okay, most of the students are getting good marks. Okay, but some of the students are not getting good marks. So what is my request is complete the, like, just check each and every video properly. The sequence also I have been given. Okay, Bodhi tree course we haven't created because midterm we are having in the next week only. So in the next week after midterm immediately we will have a Bodhi tree course also. Okay, it's my request to each and every student, please complete each and every video that I'm posting on a Google Classroom, student. Okay, if you're checking out all the videos, if you are like listening carefully in an online live lecture, if you're attending all the lecture, then midterm, no problem for you at all. Okay, so if you are doing it properly now, then there would not be any difficulty. Okay, whatever we are covering in a lecture, that would be there in your exam, student. Okay, whatever we are covering in a video, that content only would be there in your lecture, in your midterm. Okay, so based on the content that we are covering in a video and in a lecture, you will have your midterm. So it's my request to each and every student, complete all the videos. Please submit your quiz, okay, within a time. Today also I'm going to provide some video and a quiz. Okay, you are going to submit it today and tomorrow. Okay, I'll be giving you time, so according to the time please submit it. Okay, student, I hope you have got it. And if you are having any query related to the videos content, okay, you can ask me anytime. You can mail me. I'll provide you my contact number also. My contact number is also there with your CR. You can get it and you can ask me anytime. Okay, I hope, student, you have got this thing. Yes, yes, student. Kindly reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, done. Okay, now today we will move to, I think 99 students are here. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, we will move to the next topic. Okay, we are coming to the end of the second unit. Okay, so chain antichain. What is chain antichain definition? We are going to see today. What is transitive closure? Under transitive closure, we are having Warshall algorithm. So we are going to solve the problem of Warshall algorithm, and we will start with function. And in function is a very basic and very easy topic. In a function, we are having types of function. Okay, and inverse function. Okay, and what do you mean by composition of function? Okay, so for function also I'm going to provide you the videos. Okay, so today we will cover what is chain anti-chain definition, and what is transitive closure, and what is Warshall algorithm. Okay, so I hope everyone will be listening carefully. Now see, student, I have written the definition of chain and anti-chain. Try to get it. Let A be a poset. Poset, everyone is knowing, partially ordered set. Okay, then a subset of A is called chain if every two elements in a subset are related. Chain is nothing but what? Chain is nothing but the subset of a given set A. Okay, but what is the condition for that subset? The condition for that subset is every two element, okay, in that subset are related. If I'm having subset as A, B, C, then A should be related to B, A should be related to C, B should be related to C, B should be related to A. So each and every element, okay, should be related to each other. Okay, so that is what the definition of chain. What is the definition of anti-chain? A subset of A is called anti-chain if no two distinct elements in a subset are related. Okay, so basically in an anti-chain, what you have to remember, student, anti-chain you will have a subset only, but in that subset those elements will not be related to each other. Okay, so please check out the example and you will come to know what is chain and anti-chain. Okay, suppose I'm drawing this H diagram, and this H diagram is a poset diagram. This is A, this is B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, and A is given as A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, and F. So how do I write chain and anti-chain for it? Okay, now according to the definition, C definition, chain is a subset. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F. Can I have a subset A, B, C, E, F like this? A, B, this is A, B, C, E, F. Okay, whether it is a subset A, B, C, E, F. If I'll write A, B, C, E, F. Okay. Will it be a subset? Yes. What is the condition for the subset is every two elements are related. Okay. If you see A is related to B, A is related to A is related to C. Whether A is related to C? Yes, it is a Hess diagram. So transitivity is there and it is a post-it, right? And this is a Hess diagram. So transitivity is there and we are removing the transitivity, right? So A is connected to C also, A is connected to E also, and A is connected to F also. So all these elements are connected to each other. So it is a valid chain. Okay. Can I have A, comma, C, comma, E, comma, F? See this. A, C, E, F. Yes, each and every element is related to each other. So it is also a chain. Can I have A, comma, B only? Yes, A and B is a subset and those are related to each other. Can I have D, comma, E, comma, F? D, E, F? Yes, these are related to each other. So, and it is a subset. So it is a chain. Okay. So all the subset, okay, in that subset, if the elements are related to each other, then obviously you are going to get the chain. Okay. But then what is anti-chain? Just see and focus the definition of anti-chain. Anti-chain, no two distinct element in a subset are related. What could be these two distinct element? Those are not related. Student, anyone from your side quickly?
DC,
Which one?
DC.
DC. Very good, student. Okay. Yes. So C and D. C and D, those are not related to each other, and C and D are the subset of a given set A, and this is what the anti-chain is. Very simple definition it is. Chain, subset, related to each other, anti-chain, subset, not related to each other. Okay, so this is what the definition of chain and anti-chain. Now we will move to very interesting topic, that is transitive closure. I hope you have understood this. I'm just changing the page. Okay. So the next topic is transitive closure. Okay. So what is transitive closure, student? The transitive closure is of a relation R is the smallest transitive relation containing R. Okay. What is the meaning of this? I'll just elaborate you. Okay. The transitive closure of a relation R is the smallest transitive relation containing R. Okay. Okay. So transitive closure means what? Basically, student, you will have some order pair. Okay. And you have to make that relation transitive. Okay. But in order to make that relation transitive, you should add some order pair, right? Now, if I'm giving 1, 2, okay, and 2, 3, if I'm having in a relation 1, 2, and 2, 3, whether it is a transitive relation, no, because 1, 2, and 2, 3, I have to have 1, 3, right? In order to make that relation transitive, okay? So transitive closure is used to make the relation transitive with a smallest transitive relation. So here we are going to add the smallest transition, minimum order pair to make that relation transitive containing R. So R would be there. Obviously, if I'm giving 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3 is a R. So containing R means what? 1, 2, 2, 3 has to be there. But along with 1, 2, 2, 3, what is the smallest transitive relation will be requiring to get the transitive closure here is 1, 2, 2, 3 is 1, 3. Okay. So this is what the definition of transitive closure, student. Okay. We'll take the example, you will come to know how to get it. So basically, transitive closure of R is denoted by star. So whenever I'll say what's the transitive closure of R, it is denoted by R star. This you have to remember. Okay. Suppose let A be a set. Okay. With a cardinality n. Okay. N number of elements the set A is having. R be the relation, R be a relation on R, on A, then R star would be. How I'm going to represent R star? R is a relation on set A. Then how I'm going to represent R star? R star would be R union R square union R cube union dash 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 up to R raised to N. N is what? The cardinality of A. Okay. So R star, how you are going to represent? How you are going to get the transitive closure here using this formula? R union R square union R cube up to R raised to N. Union of all the terms up to R raised to N will be moving. Okay. Okay. So where, see this, where R square is equal to how I'm going to find it out? R square R dot R, and R cube, how I'm going to find it out? R cube R square dot R. Okay. So in this way, we have to find it out the transitive closure. Okay. Just take one example and you will come to know how interesting it is. Let's suppose R is equal to, I'm having 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 1. Okay. So this relation they have given on the set A, which is equal to 1, 2, 3. And they have asked to find it out the transitive closure. Okay. So what we have to do, we have R. Okay. First, what we have to do, we have to get the R square. Okay. How many elements are there in A? 3 elements are there, right? So we will be moving up to R raised to 3. So R we are having, we will find it out R square, and then we will find it out R cube. We'll be moving up to R cube because A is, the cardinality of A is 3. Okay. So let us check out for this example. I'm changing the page so that it will be convenient. Be careful, yeah, student. R is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, and 3, comma 1. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to find it out R square. So R square, how I'm going to find it out? How I'm going to find it out? R square. R square is R dot R. So this symbol you have to remember, student. This is nothing but it is a composition relation. It is composite relation. Okay, so this dot is a composite relation. And how you are going to get this relation? Now R dot R. Okay, just write 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 1 here only, because we need to have a composite relation between R and R. Okay, now how I'm going to find it out? R dot R here. You have to go for the transitivity property, student. 1 to 1 to 2, and then itself R. 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Can we have? No. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Can we have? Yes. So I will put 1, comma 3 pair inside. Are you getting it? Okay. So dot means composite relation, and you have to check for transitive relation, and accordingly you have to put it in a composite relation. Okay. I think it is not visible. So see, this is a composite relation. Okay. So 1, 3 you have got. Yes. 1, 2, 2, 3 I have got. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3 I have written. Next, what it could be? Just check for 1, 2. No, 2 is not there. Okay. The next is 2, 3 and 3, 1 I'm having. See, this is 2, 3 and 3, 1. So can I have 2, 1 here? Yes, I can have 2, 1. Then for 3, 1, just check it out for 1. Yes, 1 entry is there. So 3, 1, 1, 2. Okay, can I have 3, 2 here? Yes. So this is how we have to find it out, R square. In the same fashion, you have to find it out R cube. What would be R cube, student? R cube would be R square dot R. Quickly tell me now R square and R square dot R. Okay. So this R square as it is you have to write. Okay. And below to it, just multiply, just have a composite relation with R. Okay. So 1, 2 right here, 2, 3 right here, and 3, 1 right here. Okay. Now from this R square to R, you have to get the composite relation. What could be the order pair you'll be getting? Quickly type in the chat box. Okay, Sanjit, whether it is transitive relation, Sanjit? Whether it is 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 1, whether it is a transitive relation, 1, 2, 2, 3. What would be the transitive relation? 1, 3. Okay, 1, 3 pair we are not having. Sanjit, have you understood? Sanjit, hello? Am I audible? Yeah, okay. Okay, now find it out this R cube, everyone, and tell me what would be the order pair you'll be getting. R dot R, whatever we have done in a similar way, you have to find it out for R cube. Now, this R square you have to keep as it is, and you have to get the composite relation with dot with R here. Okay, tell me. I'm waiting for you. Quickly type in a chat box. I hope everyone is solving. R dot R, R everyone has got 1, 2 itself. 2, 3 we have got, that's why 1, 3 we have given. 2, 3, 3, 1 we have got, that's why 2, 1 we have given. 3, 1, 1, 2 we have got, that's why 3, 2 we have given for R square. Now for R cube, this R square we have to take, and then R again we have to have the same way. We have to get it in a same way. So what would be the order pair I'll be getting? Okay, I'm getting the answer. 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, very good. So I think Trimbak Raj, then Ranjit, I'm getting Pranjal, Nisarga, Anoop. Okay. I hope other students are doing the same thing and other students are also getting the same answer. Okay. So see this. 1, 3, 1, 3. Okay. 1, 3 and 3, 1 is 1, 1 I'm getting. 1, 3 and 3, 1, 1, 1 I'm getting. Okay, 2, 1 and 1, 2. So 2, 2 I'm getting. And 3, 2 and 2, 3 is 3, 3 I'm getting. Okay, 3, 2 and 2, 3. 3, 3 I'm getting. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. I hope everyone has got this. Okay, R cube, we have got this. So R square and R cube we have got. Now, by curiosity, just try to get R raised to 4. So it would be R cube dot R. And tell me what would be the order pair we will have. Again, you will be writing 1, 2 here, 3 here, and 3, 1 here. Right? So what you are getting for R4 student? Quickly do it and tell me the order pair for R4. I hope everyone is solving. Yes, perfect. That's the answer I wanted to have. Ranjit, good. What about others? Okay. Now, if you see, if we go for R4, okay, we are going to get the same order pair, that is 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 1. Okay, so this is what the closure is. Okay, closure means we have closed it. Okay, so up to R cube, we will iterate. If we'll go for R raised to 4, we are going to get the same relation. Okay, so just according to the formula, try to get the transitive closure. What is the transitive closure formula? R star is equal to R union R square union R cube. Up to R cube, we will iterate because A cardinality of A is equal to 3. Okay, right? Just have a union of all the pairs here, student. What is R? R is 1, comma 2, then 2, comma 3, then 3, comma 1, right? Then R square is what? R square is 1, comma 3, then 2, comma 1, right? And then 3, comma 2. And what is R raised to 3 is 1, comma 1, comma 2, comma 2, Okay, comma 3, comma 3. Okay, so if you observe all the pairs, not a single pair, we are getting the common one for the union. So all the pairs, we are adding it. And if you observe this R star, whether this equation is showing the transitivity, just check it out, cross check. 1, 2, 2, 3, whether 1, 3 we are having, yes. 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, whether 3, 1 we are having, yes. 2, 3, 3, 3, whether 2, 3 we are having, yes. 1, 3, 3, 3, whether 1, 3 we are having, yes. 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1 we are having, yes. Then 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2 we are having, yes. So for each and every pair transitivity, if you will check, you will be getting the transitive closure for R star. Okay, I mean R star is a transitive closure you are getting for the given relation R, that is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 1. And this is how we are adding these minimum transitive relation, transitive order pair over here. So what are the order pair we are adding? We are adding 1, 3, we are adding 2, 1, we are adding 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. Okay. So this is what the transitive closure concept is. I hope you have understood this, student. Okay. Now we will move to the next topic, that is Warshall algorithm. Transitive closure, Warshall algorithm. Okay. Now see here, student. Whenever we will go with the transitive, whenever we want to find it out transitive closure, and if we are if we are using that formula, R star is equal to R union R square and so on up to Rn. What will happen if I am having order pair in a relation R is like more number of order pair if I'm having in a relation R. Okay. So if suppose I'm having 50 order pair in a relation R, will it be efficient technique to get the transitive closure if you are following R union R square, R raised to cube, R raised to 4 up to R raised to 50? No, it would not be an efficient method. Okay. So what is another method by which we can find it out the transitive closure? Using Warshall algorithm, student. Okay. So in Warshall algorithm, we need to follow some steps. Okay, and using those steps we need to perform, we need to have execution of the problem given. Okay, and then we will find it out the transitive closure. So what are the steps for the Warshall algorithm that we are going to see, student? Okay, so here basically we are going to have two terms. Okay, wk and wk minus 1. So we are going to compute wk and we are going to compute wk minus 1. These are the matrices, student. This is a matrix. Wk would be a current matrix and Wk minus 1 would be a previous matrix. Now, theoretically, what are the steps you need to understand? Right now, you just focus on a theoretical step, and whenever we'll solve the problem, you will come to know the significance of each and every step. Okay, so what is the step one? The step one is transfer, okay, to Wk all the ones in Wk minus 1. Okay, so from the previous matrix, we have to transfer all the ones into Wk current matrix. Okay, so the significance we are going to get whenever we'll be solved after this, whenever we'll be solving the problem. Step 2, list the location P1, comma P2 in column K of Wk minus 1 where the entry is 1. Okay, might be you will not be getting anything from this step, student. Okay, only try to get it. Location q1 q2 in a row k of wk minus 1 where the entry is 1. So basically, you'll be playing with column and row, student here. Okay, you will be checking out the ones entry in a column, once entry in a row, and accordingly you will try to get the next order pair. Okay, so list the location P1, P2 in a column key of WK minus 1. So first you'll be getting you'll be getting the entry 1 through the column. Okay, then you'll be getting the entry in a row, having one entry in a row. Okay, and finally what you're doing, step 3 is put ones in all position PIQJ. PIQJ means you are going to get the new order pair. Okay, so put ones in all position PI and QJ. Okay, so this PI, this Q, and this P. So PI and QJ, new order pair you will have. Okay, of WK if they are not already there. So if that entry is already there in a matrix, you need not to do anything. If that entry is 0 in a matrix, then you need to replace that entry replace that entry from 0 to 1 because you have got the new order pair. Now, what is a significance of each and every step of this Warshall algorithm that we are going to see? Okay, we will see one problem, and based on it, you will come to know what it is. Okay, listen carefully, student. I'm going to give you an example. MR 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0. Okay, so what they have asked for, use Warshall's algorithm to find the transitive closure of this relation R. Okay, they have mentioned Warshall's algorithm, and with the help of Warshall algorithm, you have to find the transitive closure. Now, A they have given as 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what is the cardinality of A here is 3. So basically, we are going to iterate from now here, we will find it out W0, W1, W2, and W3. Up to W3 we will have, because matrix we are going to compute WK and WK minus 1, right? So WK would be W1, and WK minus 1 would be W0. So this would be current, this would be previous. For this would be current, this would be previous. For W3, it would be current and W2 would be previous. Okay, why we are going up to W3? Because the cardinality is 3. Cardinality of A is equal to 3. And that's why we have to move up to W3. That you have to remember, student. Okay, now we will start with W0 here. Every time, whatever the equation, whatever the relation they have given, that we will put it as a W0. So W0 is equal to MR, that we have to write, which is equal to what they have given is 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0. Right? So we will mark 1 2 3 here, 1 2 3 here, because we need to check out the column and row. Okay. Now, what is the first step that we have to do, student? Very important step is we need to check first column and first row, I and J. So first column and first row. Okay. So see this. Always start with the first column and then go for row. Always start with column. Okay. That you have to remember. Okay. So column I'll write first and then I'll write row. Okay. Now check out for the column entry. This is a first column, right? It is moving now, that's why. Okay, just check out the first column. What is there in a first column? 1, 0, and 1. We are having 1, 0, 1. In a first column, what we are having? 1, 0, 1, right? So 1, 0, 1 means what? For which row you are getting 1 here? This is row 1. And this is row 3. Okay, row 1, row 2, and row 3. So for row 1 and row 3, you are getting entry as 1. And that you will be putting under column 1, 3. Okay, I hope you are getting it. Again, and repeat, student, always you have to start with column. Okay, so this is the first column we have started with, right? We have to check the entry, one entry. In a first column, where we are getting the entry 1, for the first row, I'm getting the entry 1, and for the third row, I'm getting the entry 1. And that's why I have put 1 comma 3. Okay. For row, similarly for row, same thing you have to do for row. Check out. This is the first row, right? This is the first row. Okay. For first row, in which column you are getting the entry 1 and 1? You are getting the entry for the first column, right? And the third column. This is the third column, right? So 1 comma 3 you will have. Okay. So basically you are going to check the first column entry, and then what first column entry, the entry having 1 you will check, and 1 at which row position you will have that 1, that you will put it under column. Okay. Same thing you have to do for row. You will go with the row first, and then you will check for the entry 1. At what column number that entry 1 is set, that you will put it in a row. Okay. And now you have to get the relation from column to row. Okay. Always you have to remember. And that's why I have put arrow over here. Column to row. So always P to R relation you will have, student. Okay. Now, how do I find out the C to R relation here? 1, 3 I'm having in a C, 1, 3 I'm having in a R. So I have a Cartesian product 1, comma 1, 1, comma 3. Okay. Then 3, comma 1 and 3, comma 3. Right? Okay. So this relation I have got. So whenever, what is the step 1? Step 1 is you have to start with column. Okay. Then you have to get the relation from column to R. You have to check the entries, once entry, and you have to put the location of rows and columns accordingly. And you have to get the relation by having the Cartesian product from column to row. Now, if you check, okay, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3. Now, these are the new order pair that you have got. Okay, what you have to do now, student, you have to check whether these order pair entry are already there in a matrix or not. If it is yes, then no need to do anything. If it is not, then you have to make that entry as 1. Now 1 1, if you check, 1 1 is already there, 1 3 is also 1 3 already there, then 3 1 already there, but 3 3 entry is not there. Okay, so what W1 I will get here, I'll change the page.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you please share the exam link?
Yes, sorry for delay. I'll extend your
So R,
7
I
minutes.
have got 3, 3, 1 and 3, 3. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll add this R to W1. So W1 would be 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1. Okay. Now I have got W1 because I have added the new order pair, okay, into W1 from the previous matrix, that is W0. The same thing you have to repeat for the next step, student. Okay, what would be the step 2 now? Step 2. Okay, again I'll be writing this 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1. This is 1 2 3. This is 1 2 3. Now consider. Now here we need to consider what? Second column and
Excuse me, ma'am.
second
Yes.
row.
Ma'am,
Okay.
what you will write in
So
place
second
of exam
column
sheet
is
number?
this.
PRN,
Column
university
and
PRN
row,
number.
right? So
Write down
column and
dash,
row. For
dash
second
if you don't
column,
have
which
it.
entries I am getting?
Okay.
2 and 3. 2 and 3 row number, right? And for second row, I'm getting what? Only second column. So 2. Again, have a relation. What would be the relation from C to R? Okay, R, what I'll be getting? I'll be getting 2 to 2, 2 to 2, and then 3 to 2. Okay, again, you need to add this R. Okay,
Ma'am,
to
Yes.
ma'am,
W.
as I have clicked on the
In a
next
similar
button,
way, you have
the
to find it
form
out
has
what?
directly got
W2
submitted
and
after
then
selecting
W2.
the
Okay,
uh,
can you go for
class.
W2, student, quickly?
How?
What shall I do now?
Write down the W. Now we have got the W3. Now this we are adding to W3. Okay, so 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 1. All these entries I'll be getting. Okay, so 1 1 1 2. This is 1 2 3 1 2 3. So 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. Then 3 1, 3 2, and 3 3. And this is already there. Okay. So if you observe, this W3 is nothing but your R star. See, this W3 is nothing but your R star. So this is what the transitive closure you have got for the given problem. Okay. And if you observe this in a R star, what you will get? You will get 1 1, you will get 1 2, you will get 1 3. Okay. Then you will get 3 1, 3 2, and 3 3, and 2 2. Okay. Now, if you go for all the order pairs, you will check out each and every order pair is satisfying the transitivity property. Okay. And this is how you have to solve the Warshall's algorithm. So what I'm going to do, student, this is very simple problem I have given over here. I'm going to provide you the videos where I have solved many problems. Okay. So by checking out those videos, you will come to know how to go stepwise and how to do it. I hope you have cleared with this, student. Can we move for the functions now? Yes, student.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the last topic is functions.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you provide recorded lectures for these topics?
Yes, yes.
Recorded lectures for these topics.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll provide Warshall's algorithm lectures also, and I'm going to provide you the functions lecture also. Whatever I'm just teaching you right now, the same thing, the lectures, the videos I'm going to provide you today only. Okay, student?
Okay, ma'am.
Huh? Okay. I hope through videos you are getting better than a live lecture. Yes, now? Is it so, student? Videos are better? You can speak, student.
Yes, ma'am. Better.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm going to provide you videos, no problem. Okay, everything you are going to get, student. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. So we will this is the definition of function. Okay, and what are the types of functions and problem solving and everything. For the further video, for the further topics, I'm going to provide you the videos also. Okay, so we will see only the function definition here. The function, what is function? Function relation f from set A to set B is called a function if each element of A is mapped with every element of B. Okay. So exactly one element of set B is very important here. I'll write the definition. A relation f from set A to set B is called function if each element of A is mapped with element of B. Exactly one element of B. And how I'm going to represent function? Function A to B is represented with this symbol. Okay. Let suppose A is equal to A comma B comma C and B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay. Then set A is called domain of function. Okay. Of function F. And set B is called codomain of function F. Okay. Now suppose I'm having function as A comma 1, B comma 2, A comma 3, and C comma 3. Okay. Just check it out. I'm going to draw the diagram of this and try to get the definition of function. I'm having A, B, C here, right? Okay. And I'm having 1, 2, 3 over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now, what they have given is A to 1, B to 2, A to 3, and C to 3. Now, student, you just observe this. Okay. and tell me whether it could be a function according to the definition of function. What the definition of function is? The definition of function is relation f from set A to B. Okay, when we will call it as a function? When each and every element of A is mapped with exactly one element of. So according to the definition of function, whether this diagram represent a function or not. Anyone? Very simple it is. I'm getting the answer in a chat box. Whether I'm getting the answer in a chat box? No, very good. Okay, so this is not a function, student. Why? Because we are having two elements from the set B. Those are assigned to the same element A. So see this. This is element 1 and this is element 3. These two elements are assigned to the same element, that is A. And that is not allowed. Okay, and that's why it is not a function. Okay, so this definition and these are the small things that you need to remember, student. Based on these definition, you will have MCQs in your exam. So you need to clear all these concepts. Okay, so you cannot have the two elements, those from the set B to the pointing to the element of the set A. You cannot have that. If you are having that, then that would not be a function. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Okay, now I'll be drawing the second one and you just tell me whether these diagram are representing the functions or not. Okay, suppose let A is equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay, and B is equal to 1, 4, 5. And F I'm giving as 1, 1, comma 2, 4. Whether it would be a function, student? 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. 1 to 1 and 2 to 4. Whether it would be a function, I'm getting the answer in the chat box. Yes or no? Okay. Okay. So student, this is not a function. Why it is not a function? Okay, because we are not having any element from the set A which is mapping to this element 3, and it is not allowed, okay, that the element from the first set A is not mapped with any element of the set B. It is not allowed it, and that's why it is not a function. That is the second criteria you need to remember, student. Okay, now if I'm giving you another example, like suppose A is equal to A comma B comma C. Okay, and suppose B is equal to A B C D. Again A B C D. Okay, these are the two sets. And suppose I'm having F as A comma B, B comma C, okay, and C comma C. Okay, now tell me whether it is a function. I'm waiting, student. I'll draw the diagram and you will come to know. Okay, this is what the diagram. Now tell me whether it is a function. Yes, very good. Okay, so these are the basic, student, you have to know for the function. Okay, here see this A, B, C all are associated with the element from the B. Yes. Okay, so every element is engaged over here. Okay, just check out whether the two elements from the set B are associated with the A. No, each and every element is associated with exactly one element of this ADB. Now here B to C and C to C is perfectly valid. Okay, but reverse is not allowed. It okay. B is connected to C. Okay, C is connected to C. Okay, but if I'll connect B to C and D to B, then it would not be okay. Okay, so this is a valid function. Okay, so these are some criteria. Okay, these are some attributes related to the definition of function that you need to remember, student. Okay, and the last point is for types of function. What is one-to-one function, on-to function, into function, and what is inverse function, and what do you mean by composition of function? Okay, so all these points I'm going to provide you the video for these points, and these are very basic and very easy points, student. Okay, and small videos are there. You need to check out those videos. Okay, and if I'm going to give you the quiz, please submit the quiz within a time. And very important point is please check the videos and then only you submit the quiz. If you are getting the answer from your friend, that is of no use, absolutely zero use for your student. It is for you only. I'm just telling it again and again. I hope for midterm you will not have like whatever the content we have covered. Okay, from the first and second unit, you have got it, student. Yes, student? Say something. Are you happy with the DM content?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So I'm,
Ma'am,
yeah, yes. Ask.
ma'am, when will you provide these whiteboard notes of Unit 2?
Videos, na? Videos. What you want?
Ma'am, notes, ma'am, written notes.
Okay,
This
written notes
topic.
also you want? Okay, I'll give it to you, student. Okay, today only I'll be providing you the material. Don't worry. Okay. Today or tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Within
ma'am.
2 days. Yeah. Within 2 days, I think, I hope you are writing down in a notebook somewhat. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I am writing, but some of the notes are not in.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
just.
Today and tomorrow. Today I'm going to provide you the videos. Today and tomorrow you'll be getting the notes, student. Okay. But today only you need to watch the videos. Okay. I hope everyone will be watching the videos that I'm providing. Okay. So I think everyone is happy with the content, and I'm expecting that everyone will get a good marks. Okay, you are having a wide scope to get out marks for the midterm exam. It is MCQ exam. Okay, so I hope every student will get good marks, and most of the students will get out marks. Okay, yes, student. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so all the best, student. Okay, if you want anything, if you have any queries, please try to contact me in mail. Also, I'm providing it again and again that if you are having any doubts, please contact me. Okay, all the best, student. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, study well. Okay, work hard. Thank you. You can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you can leave now. I'm just downloading the attendance. Yeah, you can leave.